Alright, I'm gonna do a quick run around here. Let's form our teams here. I'm just gonna form one team. But I do want to... Let's see, 3, 4, 5. We're just gonna form that one. Now, we did one round already, and each of these little ones are 15. You get 15 points every time you take one. And let's say you fight and you lose, that's 2 points you get if you lose. These bigger ones like this one, it's 20 points if you take it, and then it's 4 points if you lose. And this big one, I think, is 25 points if you win, and then 6 points if you lose it. Now, how the scoring works after that, let's look here. Now, interesting thing is, you have these up at the top. So, this green guy, it's one player only, and he was actually at the top. Look for this fame one, this 496. Look at everybody else's, right? So he was leading right away. But after that round went over, this little castle thing on the right, that's 160. That adds up all the buildings that you have. Like we had one middle-sized building that was 50. So we still had that one. That was 50 points. And I would assume this one's 25 points. I don't know what that big one is. Maybe 100, maybe 75 points. So you get points for every castle that you have after that 20 minutes is over. So this guy, he had the middle castle. He had a really strong team, as you could see. And he had that middle castle for the whole round. And he just went through his little quarter area, went towards the middle, and that was about it. And he got a whole bunch of points for it. And then at the end of the round, he only had like 2 or 3, I think probably had like 3 or 4 castles. And so he got 160 points. But this purple team here, he just went around and took all these castles. Just like what you see here. See, he has all these castles, but he leaves them undefended. But you still get points for attacking and defending them. So if they're not defended, you know, you should really go after them. Let's see. I'm at 86. I'm going to be fighting that one, so I'll be at 101. I should be at 101 if I take this. I should be able to take it too, because the bosses that are in there after somebody takes it aren't very hard at all. Unless they left somebody in there. Nope, they left a boss in there. Might take a little bit to take them down just because I don't have a PD in there. But the boss can get stunned, as you can see. He can get debuffed and everything else. He doesn't hit very hard at all. 10k cap, but yeah, he doesn't have much HP on him anyways. So we're going to take this down, and we should see a scoring of 101. 15 points. So we're going to look there. 94. That's kind of weird, isn't it? So I went from 86 to 94. 8 points for taking one of those back. Well, let's see how much points we get for taking this back. Right away, for taking the first round, it was much more points. So maybe the second round, once you retake it, you only get like half points maybe or something like that. That'll make sense. So maybe, what are we at right now? So if this one's like half points, maybe this one's 104. Maybe you get 10 points for retaking an altar. But once you take all the altars with no heroes in it, it must have like just some randomized IGG heroes in there just to make it a little bit harder. And it's fairly hard for a team like this. But I'm sure with Evo heroes and Devo heroes on most of our US accounts, it's not going to be as difficult. So let's see where our point spread is now. 102. So it's just 8 points in general for taking one back, maybe. Well, I'm going to keep on playing. It's already been about 5 minutes. I'm just going to keep taking these ones back, get some easy points out of the deal, but try and get some points for castles actually still being taken. As you can see, we only had one castle before. That was points there, but you want to do a little mix of taking them right away, retaking them, and then keeping a fair share of them. Not like this guy. This guy, he took them all, and then he just stayed and defended one of them. And that's where you can see with that 496. He took all of them, and then he defended quite a few times, and you get points for defending. But he didn't keep anything, and you see that 160. And that dropped him all the way down to third place, because look how many they had. They had 580 points of castles that are already that they had. So I'm going to try and do my best to keep on retaking all these purple ones and try not to run into anybody, because if I do, I'll probably end up losing. But that's your Fortress Feud. I'll come back with a box opening after this too, so just to see what's all in there.